Let's move on to a fun leak.
Okay.
Somebody leaked this interior shot of the Tesla Cybertruck on the Cybertruck Owners Club last Wednesday, and it has given us a lot to talk about.
So starting from the top of the image, we have the view out of the front.
Now, I want to take a moment and point out that this image was taken from what I think is about shoulder height, with what I think is that the seat is all the way back.
Okay.
So I think that this adds to why this looks so weird, because you're really far back and kind of sitting like this, which I don't typically do when I drive.
Well, you do sit kind of back.
No, I don't.
You do. You have like a race car style seating.
That's more up front. You have to put your wrist on the steering wheel.
Really? Every time I get in a car that you've been in, I have to adjust the seat like way forward. I don't know. That's just me.
Your arms are shorter than mine.
That's true. I just have to say it does look weird. Having all that dashboard there looks, I don't know, just kind of weird to me.
I think it's also those A-pillars that look a little out of place. But again, we're completely missing the view out of the side windows. So we only get a view out of those two weird front, triangle windows. And plus, I think it might be fun to have that much dashboard. So just fill it with like all the crap you'd have on a dashboard. Maybe not like trash, but just like fun dashboard toys.
Are you going to fill it with Legos? Is that what you're going to do? I don't know. The problem is I don't think I can reach that far. So things are just going to get sloshed into the windshield and I'm never going to see them again. Look, next, I want to look at that line between the white and the dark, what looks like Alcantara.
Yeah, so I mean, this is pretty similar to a Model 3 interior. That's like that slot where the AC comes through and then you can adjust it on the screen and it points in different spots. But it does look a little bit wider than like on a Model 3. Again, our angle is a little bit weird.
When we were in the Cybertruck during the unveiling, they said that was like a white paper, which I still don't think I understand. I mean, we were just listening to the driver. I don't know what information he really had, but we were like knocking on it. We're like, what is this? And he was like, oh, that's just paper mache right now, but it'll be something different later. And I'm like, it looks exactly the same. So I don't know if that's just the same truck we were in.
Yeah, I don't know if that's plastic. I don't know what material that is. And unless it's sealed with something, I feel like paper is not really what you want for the front dash, unless you can like peel it off like a Post-it note, so you could like leave notes for yourself and then just peel it off. Or if it's like a doctor's examination table where there's like a roll of it and you
What do you got there? Oh, well, I've got my replacement Post-it notes for the Cybertruck dash. I also just don't like that gap in the dashboard. It feels like it's just too big between the two.
Yeah, again, I think it could be the angle, but it does look bigger than on a Model 3.
All right, next let's talk about the steering wheel. They definitely went for a rounded yoke for the look, but there's also no shifters or stalks. So you can see the directional buttons on the left, but I'm not sure I can make out what the right buttons are.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what those buttons on the right are, but they definitely went for no stalks. And that saves a little bit of money. It, I think, adds a bit more software changeability. So, maybe they can change those buttons out for something else once the car drives itself. But now I'm going to skip right past the screen because it looks very similar to a Model 3. And I'm going to go right to talking about the center console. They seem to have ditched the 6th front center seat.
Right. When we went for our ride, they had a 6th seat that folded down in the front row. And on the back of it was a center console, like cup holders and stuff. But this looks like it's just a center console.
Yeah, now it's got a like tonneau cover center sliding section, which is a pretty good design element in my opinion. But they did that weird thing with the center console where they completely chop out the front section to make space for like purses, I guess.
The Rivian has a very similar space up there for bags and stuff.
And I mean, my center console is always filled with junk, so not having a spot to cram trash is probably a good design choice.
Also, what's that little yellow thing dangling down there from the screen?
I think that's a port where you can plug in a laptop to get like diagnostics for the truck.
Right, because this isn't really a show car. This is for testing and stuff.
Right,
But I do want to mention with that screen, it looks like, and again, this could be the angle of the camera, but it looks like that screen is much higher on the dash than in a Model 3.
Right. I mean, you got to keep in mind this is a truck, so you're going to be sitting up a little bit higher. You're not going to be as laid back as a Model 3. And so the screen being higher kind of makes sense. I mean, again, it looks higher, I think, because we're a bit, lower. And so I think that kind of adds to the weirdness of the look. Also, we just haven't seen a truck shaped like this before.
Right. And the other thing we're missing, because we're not getting this part of the shot, is that when we were in it, it just felt so big, because never before have I been in a truck where you have like a vaulted ceiling. So I'm excited. I think that a lot of people are going to look at this, though, like traditional truck buyers, and be like, where are all the buttons?
Right.
So I am interested to hear what you guys think about the interior and if this is going to affect any of your decisions to buy the truck.
I think that the screen, which we completely glossed over, is going to add a lot of functionality to this truck, because Tesla at any point can just add features to the truck, like trailering and other things like that.
That's a really good point. There's still really no cars out there that have screens like this. So a lot of people coming over from, Fords and Chevys are going to just be looking at that screen the whole time.
Right. Like we bought our Ford with the special trailer package, and it comes with this big knob and a button, so that way you can like do your trailering with this knob, which is, great. You have this tactile feel. But if the truck is smart enough to drive itself, it's probably going to be able to back itself up onto a trailer or back a trailer up.
Oh, I am so excited to see if the Cybertruck can do stuff like that.
Because it doesn't even have to do it the day it's delivered. Tesla can just roll that out whenever they want.
Because let me just say, doing a lot of trailering now, if you are doing that, you generally want two people. It just makes things go far faster. If the truck can do a lot of that work by itself, you can basically then become a one-person truck trailer guy. And look, if you want to talk more Cybertruck, head on over to our sponsors, the Cybertruck Owners Club. There you're going to find their website with discussions and community full of enthusiasts and future owners, and their crowdsourced reservation tracker, so that you can find out where you are in line, because that's very important if you want to know when you're going to get your truck.
And of course, they got all the leaks.
Yes, they
Anytime there's Cybertruck news, it's on there.
Hey everybody, thanks so much for watching Now You Know Clips.
You can watch full episodes of Tesla Time News on Tuesdays and in-depths on Fridays. Just click the link down below and head over to the Now You Know channel.